Welcome to the Energy Management Business Game. This sentence represents the core of business simulations. You have to learn the rules of the game and then you have to play better than anyone. In our case, it has to be interpreted in the literal meaning. The scenario of the game is made up of a set of startup companies that compete on the market of production and sale of photovoltaic panels. The competition will take place in two markets, residential and industrial. The business success is determined by the value of the company, calculated as the startup equity value. Startup value depends on two main elements, financial and intangible value. The financial value is calculated as the market value of equity, while intangible value depends on the investments the firm does in intellectual capital. The strategic choices are grouped in six main functional areas: product, team, innovation, marketing, suppliers, finance. The areas contain the input variables. Every variable impacts on one side on the costs and on the other side on the performance. Let's see every single area in detail. The product area is composed by five kinds of decision. You have to choose the technology, crystalline silicon or thin film. The first determines higher costs than the second one, but at the same time gives a higher technological performance. Then you have to choose the width range and the others. You have to construct the team. You can decide whether to hire a quality manager or not, and the same you have to do with the marketing expert, the responsible of R&D, and the business developer. Furthermore, you have to decide how many workers you want to hire on the basis of the plant flexibility, the experience of quality manager, marketing experts, etc., and then how much you want to invest in know-how and networking and in technical advice. As regards innovation, you have the opportunity to activate technological partnership, to invest in product and process innovation. You can choose how many suppliers you prefer, one, two, or many. The pricing and advertising strategy is very important to your business. You have to choose the price for residential and industrial market and how much to invest in advertising mix. You can decide whether to enable funding or not, the deferred payment for customers and the deferred payment granted by suppliers. After you have entered all variables, the simulation system calculates the result. In particular, the technological, the marketing, the quality and the price performances. The weighted sum of the four previous performances gives the competitiveness of the product on the market. The product competitiveness of the market is a variable that indicates the overall competitiveness of the firm on the market. It represents the goodness of your decisions. The higher the PCM, the higher the market share in terms of number of products sold. The simulator calculates the intellectual capital index as the weighted sum of three main indicators: human, structural, and relational capital indicators. The variable designating the winner is the equity value. Let's see how to play. Open one of the following browsers: Google Chrome, Mozilla, Safari. Internet Explorer is not recommended, and type in www.businessgamestudio.com/embg. Enter with your credentials and play. The game consists of 6 rounds. Each round simulates a 6 months period. The user interface is composed by 3 sections: the company, competitors, and market. In the first section you can see the name of your virtual company. If you click on the name of your company, you can see the 6 functional areas. By clicking on each area, you can choose the value of the variables. It is necessary to click on the icon on the right of the variable name to insert the value. For example, we can see how to insert the advertising mix for residential and for industrial market. After inserting the value, you have to press return. The same way you have to do with the other variables. In the orange quadrant, the storyboard of your choices in the different rounds of the game is shown. Every time the budget and investment area, you can check the residual budget and investment down. Click on the Save button to save your choices. It is recommended to save frequently, about every 10-15 minutes. Click on the Confirm button to definitely confirm your choices. The Confirm button has to be pressed only one time at the deadline of the round. By clicking on this button, you can chat with the other members of your team, internal forum. After that all virtual companies have confirmed their strategic choices, the simulation system runs and calculates the results. By clicking on the report bar, you can see a set of variables, financial and operational, that are calculated by the simulator. You don't have to insert any kind of choice here. In the competitors section, you can examine your financial variables and compare them to the ones of your competitors. In the market section, you can check the performance, technological, quality, marketing and price performance, the competitiveness. You can check the overall competitiveness on the market, then the competitiveness calculated in relative terms with the other teams, the overall demand in the market, the supply, and the sales. The intellectual capital performance is composed by the human capital, structural capital, relational capital indicators. And the success, where you can see the enterprise value, assets value, intangible value, and finally the equity value that determines the winner. By clicking on this button, you can chat with the administrator in the forum. If you click on the reports section, you can see in compact form the financial statement, the ratios, the free cash flow from operations, the performance and the success, enterprise and equity value. For details on the variables of the game and the links between the different variables, please refer to the manual. Have a good game.